Good morning, everyone, members of the jury, teachers, and classmates. My name is Bastián Guerra, and I'm for first grade C. Well, who was Nietzsche? Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche was a German philosopher, poet, musician, and philologist, considered one of the most influential contemporary thinkers of the 19th century. He made a thorough critique of Western culture, religion, and philosophy, based on the analysis of moral attitudes, positive and negative. Throughout life, he profoundly influenced later generations of theologians, anthropologists, philosophers, sociologists, psychologists, political scientists, historians, poets, novelists, and playwrights. His influence came from Richard Wagner, one of his most closer friends, and a musician, Arthur Schopenhauer, a misanthropic philosopher, and Johann Goethe, who was a poet. Well, he's very unusual. He was born on 15 October 1844 in Roggen, Prussia. He grew up in the small town of Roggen, Leipzig, near Leipzig. He grew up with his parents. Nietzsche's father died from a brain ailment in 1849, and his brother, Ludwig Joseph, died 6 months later, at the age of 2. The family then moved to Hamburg, where they lived with Nietzsche's maternal mother. He attended to the University of Leipzig, where he received a degree in philology, which is the study of words. Well, as professor at Basel from 1869 to 1878, he received a remarkable offer to become a professor of classical philology at the University of Basel in Switzerland. When he was only 24 years old, he was awarded an honorary doctorate by the University of Leipzig. Before moving to Basel, Nietzsche renounced his Prussian citizenship, and for the rest of his life, he remained officially stateless. Nietzsche served in the Prussian forces during the Franco-Prussian War, from 1870 to 1871, as a medical orderly. There, he contracted diphtheria and dysentery. Well, as independent philosopher from 1879 to 1888, he was living off his pension and aid from some friends. Nietzsche traveled frequently to find climates more conducive to his health, and until 1889, as an independent author in different cities. About his philosophy. Well, because of Nietzsche's evocative style and provocative ideas, his philosophy generates passionate reactions. His works remain controversial due to varying interpretations and misinterpretations of his work. One of his ideologies is one about the death of God. The statement, "God is dead," occurring in several of Nietzsche's work, has become one of his best-known remarks. The death of God means that nothing has more moral importance. It's Nietzsche's way of saying that the idea of God is not capable of acting as a source of the moral code. Another of Nietzsche's ideologies is the will to power. This irrational impulse or perpetual desire to expand imprinted on each being is the only thing that gives meaning to existence, paradoxically, reason for being, and is the main force within the tragic or the Nietzschean vision of Nietzsche. Conservation for human beings appears as a major motivator of human or animal behavior only in exceptions. The general condition of life is not one of permanency, it's one of struggle for existence. Well, the eternal return, the universe has been recurring and it will continue to recur infinite times on time or space. It doesn't involve reincarnation, but the return of beings in the same bodies. Nietzsche also states that life will repeat itself by the eternal return. Will repeat every joy, sadness, suffering, pain, and pleasure. Finally, one more of his controversial ideologies is the one of Übermensch. It means something like Superman or Overman. Presented by Zarathustra as the creator of new values, and it appears as the solution of the death of God. It doesn't follow the morality of common people. It favors mediocrity, but rises above the notion of good and evil, and above the herd. As conclusion, I can say that Nietzsche's philosophy is totally different from those classical philosophers, because it's moral and depth, as well as bringing with it a complete atheist ideology, which wants to destroy the moral chart and create a new one. I can say that Nietzsche's philosophy has changed many people's lives, and it changed my way of thinking, going deep into more irregular thoughts, helping me to create my own metaphysics and my own interpretation of this philosophy, as well as going deep into facts of that period, as events and historical characters, which have shaped myself in what I am today. Well, the sources from Wikipedia, I get the life of Friedrich Nietzsche, and from philosophia.net, I get a more deep vision of his philosophy. Thank you for your attention.